If your business is stuck between 2 and 3K MRR, you're not broken, but your business is messy as fuck. In this episode, we're going to break that down, fix that, and get you to 5K fast. I'm Matt. I built my coaching business from zero on the gym floor all the way up to over £250,000 online. And now we teach coaches all around the world to build their coaching businesses up to 10K per month and beyond using the same systems, strategies, tools, and frameworks that I did. Let's get into it.
Okay, so I'm a coach. I'm stuck between 2 and 3 grand a month. What do you suggest I do?
Stop selling so many things. Sell one thing and sell it well. So I think most coaches come to us with 5 offers to 5 different types of people. The trick here is to sell one thing to one type of person and sell the fuck out of it.
And how do I know what to sell?
I would find the thing that you have the best result in that is also something that you're super passionate about. And then from there, I would then sell one offer that is one-to-one around that. Now, most importantly, I would sell it 30 times before I changed anything, because changing it so often is part of the problem here. It's too many things to too many people and making too many changes.
And that's what you did with your business. You went into photo shoot prep.
Yeah, that's exactly it. When I started, it was gym floor PT to anyone with a heartbeat and a wallet, but it was one product. It wasn't group, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. It was one-to-one PT to anyone with a heartbeat and a wallet. Then it became online physique development coaching. And then more specifically, it became online one-to-one male personal trainers to a photo shoot online coaching. By having one offer and not a plethora of things, it's much easier for the person to buy because they know what they're getting into.
Okay, so now I only need one product. What's the next thing I should be focusing on?
The next thing is following up like a pro. You think people are ghosting you, but in reality, they're not. They're just busy. So you need to learn to follow up more.
So if I'm sending 10 messages to people that engage with my content, how do I know when those people just aren't fucking interested in what I'm saying?
Assuming there were 10 messages to 10 different people, where coaches go wrong is the person ghosts them and then they assume that the person isn't interested, which may or may not be true. I would say a minimum of 3 follow-ups per person is going to be absolutely crucial to identifying whether they're actually ghosting or whether the doorbell rang, the dog just shat on the carpet, the kid shouted their name, or their boss told them to get off their fucking phone at work.
Okay, so far, one product, follow up at least 3 times per individual. Where does that take us next?
Okay, so assuming that your follow-ups have actually worked, you now have not just conversations, but live leads. So the goal now is to triage those leads. If you're not triaging before the sales call, do not be surprised if you end up having calls with people that make you want to jump out of a 10th floor window.
And what does triaging look like?
It's having a script and some questions, and the goal isn't actually qualification. It's disqualification. So you want to have a set standard of questions that you ask people before the call to identify whether they are the person that you solve, whether they have a problem that you are even qualified to solve, whether they have the attitudes, motivation, and everything in between that you like working with. Because if they don't and you get on the call, don't be surprised if they're a bad fit and you hate the whole sales call process.
So what would red flags typically look like there? So it's like if I'm messaging you just asking for price or asking to see previous results, what does it look like?
Okay, so when someone asks about price, I think the first assumption that we make is, oh fuck, this person's only interested in price. But a lot of the time it's because there's no training for prospects. Whilst there are training for how to sell and market like this, there's no training for the prospect and how to ask for help. And they just don't know what else to ask.
Yeah, it's like it's their first time. They have no experience.
It's the obvious question to ask. How much does it cost? So our goal here is to get them away from price and back towards value. So you can have a couple of different options, but one I would give you is, hey Chaz, thanks so much for being in touch. Just like when your car starts to make a funny noise, you need to take it to the mechanics, but they can't give you a price until they've looked under the bonnet. Do you mind if I ask a few quick questions to find out a little bit more about you so I can tell you how I can help you? Because we have different packages for different people.
Okay, so now I've triaged them. They're on a call, but for a coach probably between 2 and 3 grand a month, they're probably not very experienced on a call. So what would your advice be now?
Yeah, it's getting dialed in on your close rate. It's not that you're bad at selling or closing, it's that you're bad at providing clarity, which is the whole reason someone comes to a sales call. They come for confidence, clarity, vision, and direction. And if you're not providing that, there's every chance that your conversion rate sucks donkey dick.
You always use a really good example about going to a doctor. So you go, you get clarity, then you leave.
Yeah, exactly that. I think the trick here is asking lots of questions like a doctor would. So the doctor doesn't just ask you one question and then make a prescription. He asks probably 20 in the time that he has. So asking key questions and having set questions, just like with the triage that you're going to ask along the way, not only provides structure that you will guide them through the call with, but it also allows you to be the person asking the questions. So the important mindset shift here is, the person asking the questions is the leader. So if you're being asked questions, how does it work? How many check-ins will I get? What app do you use? How much does it cost? You are answering questions, and as a result, now you're on the back foot. You should be the one asking them the questions, driving the conversation and leading the conversation.
Okay, so we've got the triage, we've got the call booked in, I need to get better at my close rate, I'm doing the messaging. How do I fit that all into my week? Because at the moment, I'm just being quite reactive with how I'm doing the work. So what would you suggest to a coach that's now needing structure here?
Top line note is stop winging your week. I mean, first things first, well done. You've got to 2 or 3 grand a month with absolutely zero fucking planning. Well done. That's decent. But what got you here will not get you there. New levels, new devils. You're going to have to learn to manage your week like a business owner rather than someone that's just haphazardly selling shit on the internet.
So what would your actionable points here be for me?
Okay, so the first thing I would do is set a weekly rhythm. I think like the problem that we have as coaches and business owners is that we have to wear all the hats, and right now you still do at 2 or 3 grand a month. That's fine. The goal is to theme each day so you wear less hats each day. It doesn't have to be complicated. Monday could just be for check-ins, and Tuesday could just be for content, as best possible.
So just splitting up my week. So it's like content ideation potentially could come on check-in day, and then filming on a day itself. But it doesn't really matter, or does it?
Yeah, that would absolutely be better. I think the first thing we need to address is the goal here isn't to wear just one hat per day. It's just to change hats less often. So you're going to get to that by creating a schedule of time blocks. So the most easy version of this is early morning, early afternoon, late afternoon. Now you've got 4 blocks per day rather than one day. And you could change hats 4 times rather than 40 times every hour, which is not serving you. And I think that is going to allow you to then build a repeatable week that you can follow the structure. That structure is absolutely required to get to 5K and beyond.
Okay, so I'm at the end of the video now. I'm not exactly sure on the action points. Sum it up for me.
You don't need ads. You don't need a funnel. You need 10 serious clients, 1 good offer, and a calendar that you actually follow. Like for certain, that is what you need as a top line note.
So if I implement this, do it for 6 months, my business will be in a completely different place.
Yeah, if you do those things, 5K becomes a matter of reps, not luck. And right now, it's probably luck. And that's okay. But now you've learned this. It's now not okay. It's reps. Go do the reps.
And like and subscribe while you're doing the reps.
Do the reps, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff.
See you in the next one.
Goodbye.